So this is an ordering problem, and it says, in what order should this bunch of fractions be listed such that they are arranged by increasing size? And at first you may think, oh, this is the simplest problem we could possibly have, but be careful, because this thing varies. Sometimes it asks for increasing size, sometimes decreasing. Sometimes, see these symbols in here? Sometimes it's a less than symbol. Sometimes it's a greater than symbol. So you just have to be careful to pay attention to the details of the problem and what it's asking for. Now, we know this is increasing size, so we can just start digging into it. If I had to make a quick guess, okay, I know that 1/3 is smaller than all the rest of these things. So if I had to decide in 10 seconds what the answer is, I would just guess one of these three. Okay, it's not a bad way to do it. At least you improve your odds of guessing compared to 1/5. But we can still do better than that. Maybe if you have 30 seconds to dig into this. Let's try using a calculator on some of these things, and we turn them into decimals, because who really knows whether 4/7 is bigger than 5/9 or less than? I don't know. So write down the ones you know, and maybe you know your 1/3 is equal to 0.33. You should. It's a common one. 3/5. If you remember your fifths, just go by 0.2, so 3/5 is 0.6. 5/9. Not many people know their ninths tables, but it's just a repeating set of digits based on the numerator. That's 0.5555. And 4/7, almost nobody knows their sevenths tables. I don't. So let's just use our calculator. And if you had to use your calculator for some other ones, who cares? That's what they're there for. Don't worry about it. 0.571. Okay. So I've got these four numbers, and I want to know, in increasing size, where do we go? So the smallest is 1/3. The next smallest is 5/9, and that's our answer right here. I'd say the trickier part of this problem is making sure you read what it's asking for. We want increasing size. Sometimes it'll say decreasing, and sometimes these inequality signs in here are greater than instead of less than. So just mind the details.